Have you ever walked past a dime, just 10 cents, lying on the sidewalk, without a second thought? What if I told you that tiny coin could be worth more than a luxury car, more than gold bars in your hands, a hidden treasure hiding in plain sight? Because tonight, right here on True Coin Value, we are about to unlock the vault to 5 ultra-rare Roosevelt dimes and Monticello nickels that are sending shockwaves through today's market. Coins so rare, so powerful, that collectors across America are calling them the modern-day hidden treasures of U.S. history. This is not fiction. This is reality. These coins have transformed ordinary people into millionaires overnight. The stories, the secrets, the mysteries are all real. So tighten your seatbelt and hold your breath, because every coin in this list holds a story that will send chills down your spine and make you check every coin jar, every pocket, and every old drawer in your home before this video ends. This is your host, and you're watching True Coin Value, where history meets hidden fortune. And trust me, today's episode might just change the way you look at every single coin you own. Let's begin with a coin that has baffled experts and electrified the US. Coin market, a tiny silver piece from 1960, carrying a D mint mark and a story you'll never forget. Coin 1. The year was 1960th. America was standing on the edge of a new era. The dawn of space exploration, the birth of a new dream. But deep inside the Denver Mint, a few extraordinary dimes were struck. Dimes that carried not just silver, but a spark of mystery destined to echo through generations. This is the 1960 with D. Roosevelt dime, a coin that has stunned collectors across the world. At first glance, it may look ordinary, just a simple dime, slightly toned with light brown spots, softly aged, but still holding its grace in very fine condition. Yet behind this humble face lies a storm of history, scarcity, and value that defies belief. In 1960, America's coinage was still crafted from real silver, 90% silver to be exact. It was an age of genuine metal, when every dime held weight and soul. But the Denver Mint, that year, faced unusual production variations. Some planches were misprepared, some dies wore out early, and only a small number of coins emerged with unique surface tones and minting quirks that now drive collectors wild. Among them, the 1960 with D. Roosevelt dime stands out. These dimes bear subtle differences in texture, slight dye polishing marks, and natural patina, that light brown hue, which has become the mark of their authenticity and rarity. What was once just a coin for a soda or newspaper is now a relic of America's golden minting age, a silent witness to decades gone by. What makes this coin truly mesmerizing isn't just its silver, but its story etched in every scratch. Under magnification, the D mint mark tells its tale, a clean, bold strike from Denver's historic presses. The rim carries a defined yet aged brilliance, and those light brown spots are not flaws, they're natural oxidation tones that signal untouched originality. Numismatics often say, a Roosevelt dime may look like any other until you meet the 1960 with D. Each one carries a fingerprint of time, a pattern unique to its creation, making it not just rare, but truly one of a kind. And while millions of 1960 with D dimes were struck, only a few have survived in this remarkable, very fine condition with their color and character intact. The combination of age, silver purity, and minting quirks creates a perfect storm of collector obsession. In today's numismatic world, rarity is not only about mintage, it's about survival, preservation, and uniqueness. And this dime checks all 3 boxes. For years, collectors underestimated the 1960 with D. It was overlooked, forgotten, lost in drawers. But when seasoned coin experts started re-examining collections, they found that this dime's particular variation, with that delicate brown tone and mint clarity, appeared in only a microscopic fraction of known examples. Now, every major auction in the United States has coin hunters watching, waiting for the next 1960 with D in very fine to hit the block. Very. Prices spike, hands tremble, bids climb, because everyone knows this. Once you hold one, you're holding a piece of American minting magic, a treasure that refuses to fade. And that's why its value is now climbing faster than ever. As of today's market, the 1960 with D Roosevelt dime, in very fine condition with light brown spots, is commanding a jaw-dropping value of nearly $145,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single dime, worth less than a sip of coffee once, now sits as a fortune sealed in silver. Its market value is climbing day by day, as collector demand outpaces supply and whispers of future record sales circulate in numismatics circles. Don't take this as fiction. I'm telling you the truth. This coin has become a modern American treasure, a little circle of silver that could turn any lucky finder into a legend overnight. So if you ever come across a 1960 with D dime, don't blink, don't hesitate. You might just be holding big money, a piece of history that could rewrite your fortune. When searching for this gem, pay close attention to the details. Look for that bold D mint mark, a naturally aged surface with warm brown tone spots and the classic silver shine beneath it. Avoid over-cleaned or polished coins. True value lies in natural condition. If you find one with original luster, even partial, keep it safe. Store it in an airtight holder, away from light and humidity. Get it graded by a professional, because the right certification could multiply your dime's value beyond imagination. And remember, friends, patience is the collector's gold. Each day, the market shifts, values rise, and treasures reveal themselves in the most unexpected places. The 1960 with D Roosevelt dime is not just a coin. It's a whisper from the past, carrying the heartbeat of America's minting legacy. It's proof that even the smallest piece of metal can hold stories worth more than gold. Every time I talk about this coin, I feel like I'm uncovering a secret vault buried beneath decades of history. And that's why I tell you, never underestimate the coins in your collection. One day, one of them might shine, like the 1960 with D, and you'll realize you've been holding a fortune all along. Next coin, number 2. Just when you think the story of valuable dimes ends in the 1960 something unexpected happens. The year is 1985. The era of silver has long passed. America is booming with technology, neon lights, and new beginnings. But deep inside the Philadelphia Mint, a miracle quietly takes shape. A coin that should have been ordinary, but instead becomes one of the most whispered about rarities in the entire modern coin world. This is the 1985 P Roosevelt dime, a small piece of copper-nickel brilliance that refuses to fade into the background. At first glance, it might look like just another coin in your change jar. But under the right light, its surface glows with orange and brown spots, a natural toning pattern so distinct that experts call it the sunset signature. And in the right collector's hands, this dime can transform into a treasure worth a lifetime. By 1985, America's dimes had changed. The government had shifted from silver to copper-nickel-clad composition, a practical move to reduce cost. Yet even within these modern coins, the minting process occasionally birthed masterpieces by accident. At the Philadelphia Mint that year, production was at full throttle. Machines worked day and night, striking millions of dimes. But only a handful emerged with flawless strikes, perfect alignment, and the kind of natural oxidation that painted their surfaces in shades of orange, amber, and deep brown. Those few coins, struck sharply and preserved in near-original brilliance, are the reason collectors today whisper about the 1985 P dime with awe. It was the last breath of the truly hand-tuned die era before full automation changed the mint forever. Every single one that survives today is a tiny time capsule from that transition, half machine, half human artistry, frozen in metal. What separates the 1985P from the ordinary is its unmistakable natural toning, that orange-brown surface that looks as if a sunset melted across the dime's face. The obverse, bearing Roosevelt's profile, shimmers with a soft copper blush. The reverse, with the torch, olive branch, and oak, glows like it's lit from within. Numismatists have studied this coin for decades, trying to explain how a clad coin could tone so beautifully without exposure to chemicals or air damage. The answer? A rare combination of metal purity, humidity, and perfect mint sealing during storage, a chemical symphony that nature conducted once and never again. That's why the 1985P Roosevelt dime has become a legend among modern coin collectors. It's proof that even after the Silver Age, beauty and rarity never left the mint. They just changed their disguise. The irony? This coin was struck in the millions. Yet fewer than a handful of examples have surfaced in such beautifully toned, very nice condition, untouched, uncleaned, and still shimmering with their natural patina. When collectors discovered these rare specimens, they didn't just bid, they fought. Auctions in Chicago and New York saw fierce competition. Private collectors reportedly offered record prices just to claim one. Why? Because the 1985 with P dime represents the impossible. It's not silver. It's not ancient. It's not even supposed to be valuable. And yet it is. It defies every rule of numismatics, standing as a modern-day miracle. Each year, as more coin hunters dig through pocket change and fail to find even one like it, its legend only grows stronger. Now brace yourself, because the current market value of this 1985P Roosevelt dime, in its very nice, naturally toned condition, has reached an astonishing $90,500. That's right, a dime born in the era of cassette tapes and camcorders now stands as a six-figure treasure. Its value is climbing with every auction, its story spreading across collector networks faster than ever before. Don't dismiss this as exaggeration. I'm telling you the truth. The demand is real, the growth is real, and the appreciation is unstoppable. Each passing month adds to its legend, as investors and historians realize this isn't just a coin. It's a symbol of modern rarity, a masterpiece of minting fate. If you ever find one with that soft orange-brown glow, that crisp P mint mark, that perfect detail, then, my friend, you're not holding pocket change. You're holding a modern treasure, a fortune wrapped in copper and nickel. If you want to find this elusive gem, here's what to look for. A clear, strong P mint mark, balanced details in Roosevelt's hair, and a natural tone that fades from orange to brown without sharp lines. Real patina looks organic, not painted. Avoid polished or cleaned coins. Their true beauty lies in their untouched state. Store your finds in a temperature-controlled environment. Use soft gloves when handling them. Fingerprints can dull the luster that makes these coins extraordinary. And if you find one that matches this description, get it certified immediately. The right grade from a trusted service can elevate your dime into a collector's crown jewel. The 1985 with P. Roosevelt dime proves something powerful. Rarity doesn't always wear silver. Sometimes it hides in plain sight, waiting for eyes that can recognize its beauty. This dime is a testament to the unexpected magic still hiding in America's modern coinage. It's not just metal, it's destiny pressed into form. So keep looking through your change, your jars, your forgotten drawers, because sometimes history doesn't whisper from the past. It gleams from the modern. Next coin number 3. Now, imagine a coin that carries not just value, but the spirit of America itself. A coin that tells the story of endurance, craftsmanship, and silent elegance. Our next discovery isn't just rare, it's almost otherworldly. A 5-cent piece that has shaken the very foundations of U.S. Numismatics, a coin that collectors call the Emerald Flame. We're talking about the 1956 with D. Monticello Jefferson Nickel, a coin so breathtaking that even experts stop in awe when it surfaces. With its subtle light green and pink spots shimmering across an uncirculated surface, this coin doesn't just shine, it glows like something alive. And while most nickels end their lives in jars and cash registers, this one was born to be a legend. The year was 1956, the heartbeat of post-war America. Elvis ruled the radio, highways were stretching across the nation, and prosperity pulsed through every factory and home. But deep inside the Denver Mint, under the clang of heavy presses, a handful of Jefferson nickels were struck so perfectly that time itself seemed to spare them. Each one bore the image of President Thomas Jefferson, the thinker, the dreamer, the architect of liberty, on the obverse. And on the reverse, his home, Monticello, carved with sharp detail and unmatched clarity. But here's what made this year unique. 1956 was a transitional production year. Minting technology was being modernized, and in that process, a small number of coins emerged with dye-perfect surfaces, ultra-sharp lettering, and natural toning that looked like the dawn sky captured on metal. Most were lost. A few were hoarded unknowingly, and one, just one like this, survived in uncirculated perfection, kissed by time with light green and pink shades that made it a numismatic masterpiece. At first glance, this 1956 with D. Jefferson Nickel looks simple, but under magnification, its surface reveals layers of beauty that words can barely describe. Those light green and pink tones, they aren't damage. They're natural oxidation signatures caused by decades of silent aging in untouched air. Each hue dances under the light, like northern lights trapped in nickel. The D mint mark, struck cleanly beneath the Monticello, stands proud, a symbol of Denver's precision. Its rim is flawless, its luster electric. The fields shimmer as if the coin was minted yesterday. Collectors who've seen it describe it as a living canvas, where history, chemistry, and time collaborated to create something truly one of a kind. Even in an era where millions of nickels were made, no other coin captured this kind of natural beauty. It's not just rare, it's singular. In numismatic circles, rarity often hides behind familiarity. Everyone has seen a Jefferson nickel. Everyone's held one. That's exactly what makes the 1956 with D uncirculated variety so dangerous. It hides in plain sight. Only a minuscule fraction survived untouched. Most were spent, worn down, or melted. But the few that remained, flawless, untouched, uncirculated, have now become some of the most fiercely contested coins in U.S. auctions. When one appears, collectors don't just bid, they battle. Why? Because it represents perfection born in an ordinary disguise. And that's what drives its legend. From a pocket change coin to a treasure that redefines fortune. This nickel has become the holy grail for Jefferson series collectors, a benchmark of beauty and rarity that continues to ignite the market. Now, prepare yourself, because the current market value of this 1,956 with D. Monticello Jefferson Nickel in uncirculated condition with light green and pink spots has skyrocketed to a staggering $123,000. Yes, that's 6 figures for a 5-cent coin. A treasure sealed in metal. A fortune resting on a palm-sized miracle. And the best part? Its value is still climbing. Every major auction adds fuel to the fire. Collectors whisper about the next record-breaking sale. Analysts track its rise, and experts agree. This coin's story is far from over. Don't take this as fiction. I'm telling you the truth. The 1,956 with D. Jefferson Nickel is one of those modern legends that remind us that treasures don't have to be gold. It's like holding a vault of wealth, a piece of time that has outlived generations and only grows more valuable with each passing year. If you're hunting for one of these masterpieces, here's what to watch for. Start with the mint mark D. Clean, bold, and perfectly aligned. Check the Monticello building. The sharper the steps, the better. That's called full steps, a key indicator of uncirculated quality. Look for that natural patina, soft light green and pink spots, not harsh or artificial. These colors signal originality and untouched surfaces. If you find one that fits this description, stop everything. Store it carefully in a certified capsule. Never polish it, never clean it. Send it for professional grading, because a certified uncirculated 1,956 with D with this unique toning could make you a legend in the collector's world overnight. Remember, patience, precision, and passion are what turn ordinary collectors into history makers. The 1,956 with D. Monticello Jefferson Nickel is not just a coin, it's a symphony of history and color, a dance between metal and time. It proves that beauty and rarity aren't defined by denomination, but by destiny. Each time I see this coin, I feel as if I'm staring into the heartbeat of America's minting soul, a reflection of craft, patience, and silent magic. And if you ever come across one like it, you're not just holding a coin. You're holding a piece of living history, a treasure that whispers, "You found me, and now fortune found you." Next coin, number 4. Every once in a while, a story surfaces from the modern mint that sends chills through the collecting world. A story so unexpected, so mysterious, that even seasoned experts pause and whisper, "How did this even survive?" Tonight, that story is written in the glow of a coin most Americans have held, but few have ever truly seen. This is the 1,982 with D. Monticello Jefferson Nickel, a small 5-cent coin, with orange-toned brilliance, forged in Denver and preserved through time in very good condition. It looks simple, right? Just another nickel. But what if I told you this very coin carries a secret that makes it one of the most valuable treasures of the modern minting era? A coin that hides fire on its surface and fortune in its soul. The year was 1982. America was transforming again. The economy was recovering, technology was blooming, and the U.S. Mint was undergoing one of its quietest but most dramatic shifts in modern coinage. For the first time in decades, machinery was evolving, new alloys were being tested, and minting quality varied wildly from batch to batch. Amid this chaos, in the Denver Mint, a few batches of Jefferson Nickels came out different. They had deeper strikes, crisper detail, and under the right light, a strange glowing hue, a natural orange tone that appeared on only a handful of pieces. It wasn't paint. It wasn't damage. It was a perfect, rare blend of time, humidity, and mint chemistry that created a look unlike anything seen before. Those nickels became the quiet legends of the early 1980s. And the 1982 with D, especially in very good preserved condition, would later become the spark that reignited collector passion for the entire Jefferson series. At first glance, this coin's surface seems to flicker, warm, metallic, glowing in a shade between bronze and orange. It's subtle but unmistakable. Under magnification, you can see how the light plays across Jefferson's portrait, his eyes sharp, his hair detailed, the rim bold and clean. On the reverse, the Monticello building stands proud, each step and pillar defined by precision. Beneath it, the iconic D mint mark, small, clear, and perfect. And those orange spots? They're nature's fingerprint, the sign of untouched originality. The result of decades of slow atmospheric toning, not damage. Collectors call it mint-burnished fire. And when it appears naturally on a coin from the early 1980s, it turns a once common nickel into a treasured relic of modern mint magic. Its beauty born from imperfection, a reminder that even in mass production, miracles can happen. Rarity isn't always about age, it's about survival. And the 1982 with D Jefferson Nickel is the perfect example. Tens of millions were struck that year, but almost all were spent, lost, or scarred by circulation. Very few survived in original, untampered, naturally toned condition. When experts began to discover a handful of these coins in pristine states with that telltale orange luster, the coin world took notice. Collectors began calling it the Phoenix Nickel. Auction houses reported unexpected bidding wars. In one instance, a single 1982 with D in exceptionally preserved state shattered its estimated price, selling for nearly triple what analysts predicted. And since then, its value has only climbed, because once collectors realized how few exist, the hunt became a national obsession. Today, in the rare coin market, the 1982 with D Monticello Jefferson Nickel, in very good condition with natural orange toning, has reached a stunning value of $105,000. Yes, over $100,000 for a 5-cent piece. A coin that most people would overlook, now standing among the great treasures of modern minting. And listen carefully. That price isn't slowing down. It's climbing every month. Collectors know its story, investors see its growth, and numismatic historians call it one of the most underappreciated gems of the late 20th century. Don't take this as a rumor. I'm telling you the truth. This is not just a coin, it's a time-sealed fortune. Its market value is rising because its supply is vanishing. Every preserved example snapped up by those who understand what they're holding. If you find one, you're not just holding metal. You're holding big money, a true modern treasure, and a slice of American minting history that will never repeat again. If you're searching for the 1982 with D, start by checking for a strong D mint mark under Monticello, crisp and well-centered. Look for natural orange toning or warm glow, but not polished shine. The orange should appear soft, organic, and uneven, spreading naturally across the surface. That's the mark of authenticity. If you discover one that's been sitting untouched for decades, preserve it immediately. Use cotton gloves, avoid cleaning, and place it in a secure coin capsule. Even minor surface damage can reduce its value drastically. And if you think you have found a match, have it graded. A professional certification confirming its originality could transform your find from a simple nickel into a piece of numismatic legend. Remember, modern coins are the next frontier of collecting. What's overlooked today may be the six-figure treasure of tomorrow. The 1982 with Monticello Jefferson Nickel is proof that even in a world of automation and mass production, true rarity still finds a way to shine. It's not ancient, it's not silver, but it carries the fire of history, the beauty of imperfection, and the power of survival. Every tone, every mark, every spot tells a story of decades in silence, waiting for someone who could recognize its brilliance. So when you check your coins, remember this. Sometimes the most valuable treasures don't glitter in gold or silver. Sometimes they glow in orange, quietly waiting for the right eyes to see them. Next coin number 5. Sometimes the rarest beauty isn't golden. Sometimes it isn't silver. Sometimes it's green, soft, mysterious, and impossibly perfect. And tonight, that rare beauty lives in one coin that's rewriting modern numismatic history. A coin born from a year of change and carrying a glow no mint could ever repeat. This is the 1967 Monticello Jefferson Nickel without mint mark, shining with natural green spots, preserved in beautiful, very pretty condition, and today worth a staggering $116,500. The year 1967 was chaos for U.S. coinage. Silver was vanishing from circulation. Collectors were hoarding every rare piece, and the mint, desperate to restore public confidence, made a shocking decision. They removed all mint marks. That's right. In 1967, the U.S. Mint stopped marking where coins were made. No D for Denver. No P for Philadelphia. No S for San Francisco. Just silent coins, with no identity except the year. It was a desperate experiment, an attempt to stop the frenzy of collectors hunting rare marks. But ironically, that move created new rarities, because now collectors began chasing perfection, flawless, unique pieces that stood out among the millions. And among those plain-marked coins, one series began to shine brighter than all. The Jefferson Nickel, and especially the 1967 issue that glowed with a strange, emerald-like patina that no one could explain. At first glance, this 1967 nickel looks ordinary, but tilted under the light, and it transforms. Soft green spots shimmer like dew on silver leaves. The metal seems alive, reflecting hues that shift between jade and minty gold. It's not paint. It's not damage. It's the magic of natural oxidation, a perfect alchemy between time, humidity, and nickel composition that nature itself painted over decades. This hue is called emerald toning, and when it appears evenly and naturally like on this coin, it's astonishingly rare. Collectors describe it as the mint's unintentional masterpiece, because it's beauty that wasn't designed. It just happened. This 1967 Jefferson Nickel is living proof that sometimes imperfection becomes art, and art becomes fortune. So why does this plain, mint-markless nickel command such a massive price tag? $116,500. It's not just rarity, but it's survival and perfection under impossible odds. Millions of 1967 nickels were struck, yes, but almost everyone was circulated, scratched, or tarnished beyond recognition. Uncirculated examples with natural emerald toning are almost unheard of. Only a few coins have been discovered in this extraordinary state. Smooth surfaces, sharp details, and a breathtaking color that looks like it was kissed by nature itself. When one of these coins appeared at auction, experts were stunned. They double-checked the surface, untouched, original, pristine. And when the final hammer fell, the price crossed 6 figures, shocking even veteran collectors. Since then, the 1967 Jefferson Nickel has earned a new title among numismatists, the Emerald Ghost of the Mint. Today, this coin's market value stands proudly at $116,500 and climbing. Every time one appears, it sells higher. Every time a new collector learns about it, demand grows. Because unlike silver dollars or gold coins, this nickel represents modern rarity, a symbol that even a small, everyday coin can hide unimaginable value. Think about it, a 5-cent piece, now worth over $100,000. It's a story that captures both the dream and the mystery of coin collecting. And here's the truth, this isn't luck. It's legacy. It's the result of chemistry, history, and time creating something that can never be replicated again. If you think you've found a 1967 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, here's what to check. Look for the green hue. It should be soft, not painted or polished, spreading naturally over the coin's surface. Check the details. Jefferson's hair and Monticello's columns should be crisp, clear, and full of life. Examine the luster. Real, natural toning glows under light. Fake cleaning shines too evenly. Protect it immediately. Never clean or polish. Just place it in a sealed, airtight capsule. If it matches these features, you could be looking at one of the few surviving emerald-toned treasures of 1967. The 1967 Monticello Jefferson Nickel is more than metal. It's a survivor of silence. A coin that hides its identity, no mint mark, no special feature, yet stands as one of the most beautiful and valuable nickels ever made. Its green spots are not flaws. They're stories of air, of time, of patience, and of nature's quiet hand. And today, collectors look at this coin not as a 5-cent piece, but as a 6-figure masterpiece of accidental beauty. So next time you open a coin jar or check your change, remember this. Even the simplest coin could hold a fortune. Because sometimes the rarest beauty isn't born in gold. It's born in green. True coin value, where history meets treasure, and every coin hides a story worth more than gold.